welcome to the first ever episode of Mom Chat Mondays, where you guessed it, we chat all things mom on Mondays. Except we're going to be doing this bi-weekly because as a new mom, I am having a hard time with time management, as I'm sure many of you are as well. So I feel like bi-weekly is a good place for us to start. It will give me enough time to record the videos, edit the videos, and get them up here for you to watch. Which actually leads us to our very first topic, which is time management. So I am in the middle of washing and sanitizing baby bottles. So don't mind me as I do that in chat. Hair's going up, sleeves are getting rolled up, but fear not, I use man baby bottles, which are super easy to clean and use. And honestly, this is the quickest part of my nighttime routine, mostly because one, I can just use one brush to clean all the bottles. I know some like other baby bottles out there have a ton of different components and you need those like little tiny brushes to make sure you get into the nooks and crannies so there's no mold. But luckily for me, Man Baby does not have those little nooks and crannies. It's nice and wide. So we will not have any mold issues here. Also, sanitizing them is super easy. I plop them in the microwave for 3 minutes per bottle and then an additional minute every other bottle, which is just super nice because then, hold on, there we go. Because then while those are in there for 3 minutes, I can work on putting other things away and getting other things organized for tomorrow. All right, as I finish assembling all of these bottles, the very first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to time management is the responsibilities. There are just so many responsibilities as a new mom that we have to do, from feeding our babies, cleaning the bottles, sanitizing the bottles, doing the diaper changes, doing her laundry, folding their laundry, putting it away. I feel like the tasks are just never ending and it is so draining. And time management is the one thing that I feel as if took me a little bit to nail down better. I'm not gonna say completely. I am 3 months in, which is wild, which means Nora is 3 years old, which is a whole thing. But I just feel like I'm trying and figuring out how to get into the swing of things still. So with that being said, where's the other cap? Okay, perfect. My bottles, oh, I knocked one off. My bottles are ready to be put in the microwave. They'll be going in for 5 minutes. So let's do that as we continue chatting. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I tell you, these bottles are, there we go. These bottles are the absolute best. I mean, like I said, there's white parts, one brush, you wash them, sanitize them. It's easy to go. No mold. This is a clean one. They are anti-colic, which is so nice for Nora. I feel like she isn't like a super colicky baby, but just to be on like the preventative side, these are really nice. But anyways, let's go back to time management. As you can see, I get distracted easily. But there's a few things that I feel like as a new mom, it's just hard to nail down the times that not only we just have a minute to breathe, but we also have a minute to hang out with our spouse. I feel that the stress of the day sometimes just adds up, and a few things that are really helpful for me are, one, cleaning up as soon as we're done. So when Nora's starting to get fussy because she needs to go to sleep, I usually put her in her bouncer for a little bit, and while she's in the bouncer, I put away all of her tummy time things. I put the play mat away, all of her her crinkle toys, her crinkle books, all of her contrast cards. I pile them all up on her play mat, put it in the corner so that when I come downstairs from putting her to bed, it's not a disaster in the family room. I understand that this isn't always realistic and other things pop up, especially if you have multiple kids. But for me right now, just with one, that's one thing that I find super helpful, just tidying up as that section of that day is over. When I put Nora down for her nap, there are also a few things that I do during that time just to help ease that transition process. So for example, if I have a basket of folded laundry from the day before or for that morning, I put it just inside of her room. And when it's time for nap time, I rock her a little bit in her rocking chair. I put her down and she's kind of in that like dreamy state where she's kind of sleeping. I don't know about your baby, but I can tell you that Nora doesn't like when I leave right away. So I found that if I put her laundry away after putting her down, I'm just being real quiet. I'm doing very quiet tasks and I'm putting away her laundry as she's going down for sleep. I find that to be the perfect time because when she's awake, I want to interact with her. I want to do, you know, just like hang out with her and just give her all the kisses and snuggles. But when it is that nap time, that's when I find that putting laundry away or just tidying up her nursery is the easiest for me. And with that being said, I also don't do playtime in the nursery. At most, I'll read her books in there when it's, you know, getting to nap time, but that's it. We do all tummy time downstairs, and I feel like that helps contain the messes. Another little tip and trick that we do, that we talked about last week as well with time management, especially when it comes to nighttime with your spouse, is once baby is asleep, really try to just keep the cleanup time to a minimal. So example, I just put her down. It is 8:24 p.m. We are gonna try our best to go to bed by 10. So that gives us like an hour of like good quality time. And then maybe 30 minutes, well, good quality time. It gives us an hour to watch Love Island. And then 30 minutes to just chat about the day and decompress. So I clean up her bottles, tidy up the kitchen from dinner, whatever's left over. Usually Tom is a really great teammate and partner in this, and when I'm putting her to bed, he'll clean up from dinner, so there's just a few things that need to be done. But while her bottles are sanitizing, I usually just straighten up a little bit, and then from 8:30 to 9, Tom and I take that time to talk to one another, talk about the highs and lows of the day, talk about how we're feeling, things that we need from our partner, things that we appreciated from one another throughout the day. And then once 9 o'clock hits, for us, we just like to totally zone out, get out of parent mode. We watch Love Island UK. It's our guilty pleasure, but that's kind of what we do. And then Tom takes Kona for a walk and we head to bed. But I feel like just being able to manage that time and really designate that time for one another has been so helpful for us when it comes to finding the time for our relationship to continue to flourish, if that makes sense. Another thing that we do, especially more on the weekends when Tom isn't working and I'm not working as much, are to integrate Nora in all things that we do. If we're going grocery shopping, if we want to go out to brunch, if we want to go for a walk, we always just bring her with us. We don't try to cater to her needs, because right now her needs are pretty minimal. She's only 3 months. She sleeps, she eats, she goes potty, and during those wake windows, they aren't super long yet. So if she is in a wake window, we just talk to her about what's going on and just about what we're seeing. I'm just gonna let those sit for a little bit because they're gonna be hot. I almost accidentally grabbed them. But yeah, I feel like those are things that really help us to reconnect with one another, how we manage that time together as a family as well as a couple. And then the little things that I do throughout the day to help me manage just my time and this space around me a little bit better. So I want to keep these short. I want to keep them under 10 minutes. I feel like we hit like a few notes that I felt that were discussed well about. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it sweet. If there's something that you do to help manage your time, please comment below. Let's share. This is a mama safe zone. Also, if there's a specific topic that we want to talk about in 2 weeks, let me know. You can comment below here if you don't have an Instagram. If you do have Instagram, be sure to follow me at Demi Schwiers, where every single Monday we will do a poll and write anonymous questions. We'll do poll answers to get other people's feedback, and then we can talk about the most popular one on the next Mom Chat Monday. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and thanks for sharing. Bye.